Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency that can be accepted as a means of payment for products sold or services provided without a third party handling the arrangement. Basically, negotiations are done directly by the buyer and the seller, unlike in the real world where we use real and tangible money provided by the government and released by the bank. This money is first handled by a teller before it's given to the client. Therefore, there's a possibility that some parts of this money might be lost throughout the process. In Bitcoin, this issue can be prevented. But the main question is it worth it investing in Bitcoin? Is it going to be beneficial for you to spend your money, a lot of it, and your time in a venture that does not guarantee success? Well, stay tuned until the end of this video and tell us in the comment section about your thoughts. And if you like these types of content, don't forget to click that like and subscribe button to our channel. A business-minded person knows how to use the full potential of his imagination to turn anything that seems useless into something profitable. That's their power. They don't want to waste their money on anything that does not produce any returns. They invest it into something that they deem to be an asset that even in the short run can yield quite an amount of money, and in the end, they still own the asset that they bought in the first place. A producing asset is basically any property that belongs to you and produces for you. For example, if you buy an empty lot and you spend a lot of money to put up a commercial building on it, and people start renting on that building, then that's what you call a producing asset. That piece of land that used to be empty and useless becomes an asset and it produces earnings or profits for you. That's the type of venture that business-minded people go for. Ordinary people may just see the empty lot, but a business-minded person sees the potential financial gain in it. In the end, you still have ownership over that lot, that building, and all the money that it produces. Investing in cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, according to Warren Buffett, will come to a bad ending because it's a non-producing asset, meaning that even if you buy hundreds of Bitcoin, it will not give you something in return unless you can sell it to someone for a higher price than you bought it for. If you're not familiar with Warren Buffett, let me briefly introduce him. Warren Buffett is also known as the greatest investor of all time and is one of the top 5 richest men in the world, according to Forbes in 2022. And he's firmly against investing in Bitcoin. Let me remind you that Bitcoin ranks as the #1 cryptocurrency to invest in this year. But how come this multimillionaire does not invest in it, or even advertise anyone to go for it? In Warren's defense, owning Bitcoin means nothing since he considers it a non-produce asset, meaning it doesn't bring any financial benefit for him because he just owns it and he may have a lot of it, but it just sits there. It doesn't provide him any income. Unless, of course, somebody buys it from him for a higher price than he originally paid for it. So before I continue on with the video, I would definitely love to hear what your thoughts are so far. Just type them down in the comment box below to let us know. Also, don't forget to hit that bell button so you guys will get an update every time we upload a new video. So now, I will explain how Bitcoin is considered to be a non-produce asset in the simplest way possible. Owning Bitcoin is like possessing jewelry. Let me ask you a question. If you're someone who's into business, will you consider this jewelry an asset? Do you think that just by having it, you can slowly gain the money that you spent on it? No, it will not. It will just sit in the closet, basically a dead end unless you sell it. You would then need to find a buyer who's willing to pay for it in an amount that's more than what you gave when you acquired it in the first place, before it can be considered something profitable. Simple, right? My way of explaining made it seem like it's easy to acquire and trade in Bitcoin, but it's actually not. The wonderful thing about Bitcoin, though, is it's complicated. And there are actually a lot of people who are interested in it, even if they don't understand how it works, and that's where the beauty of Bitcoin lies. You get excited about buying it because it's currently popular, and there are a lot of people that are also excited to get it. Basically creating a group of people that want to be a part of it, hence the price of it increases over time because a lot of people are acquiring it in an amount that's greater as compared to the amount spent by the first individual who owned it. I know that was a mouthful, but if this continues, there will be a probability that in the future, there will be no one who will be able to afford Bitcoin because its price skyrocketed to what Warren Buffett termed as a bad ending. You will be able to stare at your ledger and see the amount of Bitcoin you own that's not worth anything because solely it doesn't give you any financial gain. It's just there. It doesn't even reproduce. So you will just hope that someone as interested as you first bought it comes along and becomes willing to trade you more money in exchange for it. As this video is reaching its end, we hope that you guys have learned something from it. Reactions are very welcome in the comment box down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and hit that bell button to keep posted on the newest added videos. Now, this video definitely isn't implying that no one should trade or own Bitcoin. I'm just here to simply explain the idea that came from a very bright investor himself. But if you're someone who's currently trading Bitcoin, you're earning from it, and you can master how it works, then good for you. But if you're someone who still has doubts about whether you should go for it or not, then this video might just confuse or help you in your final decision. Bitcoin is not for the old and rich business people. Why? Because these types of individuals tend to go for tangible businesses. They're inclined to invest in properties, real estate, in a business with a physical body, basically. That's what they've been doing their entire life. So when cryptocurrency was introduced in the market, it was a notion that was new and very vague to them. That's why the old and rich hated the idea of investing in it. For them, it's like spending billions of dollars on a financial product that came out of thin air. Bitcoin is for the young entrepreneurs. They're the ones who have an open mind and are very accepting of something unfamiliar. It's the younger generation who understands the language of computers better. Bitcoin wasn't specifically made for these exact types of people, but what I'm trying to say is that these specific age groups are the ones who are dominating success in cryptocurrency because they're the ones who are capable of taking the risk to invest in a product that does not guarantee a high success rate. Every investment has its risks. There's always that hint of doubt whether you'll succeed in the field or not. You might see your earnings, but you may also notice the losses. During those times, we tend to focus our attention on what we lose because we're afraid of failure. The best solution then is for you to redirect your vision and focus more on things that will yield results. Observe and study how you can earn more, and invest in what you know and what you're interested in. Bitcoin is not an easy investment. Aside from the money and time that you'll be spending, you'll also be hoping every day that its price will increase and that the amount of people still interested in buying it also increases so that you will also be able to sell it for a price higher than what you paid for in the first place. With all that's been said, we hope that you learned a lesson or two from this video. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and hit that bell button so you'll be notified when we upload a new video. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.